What is up, guys? We're here today. Welcome to another fantastic deck video. Today we're gonna talk about the Beheeyem deck, and honestly, this Beheeyem deck is a bit different than the last one that we've made because this one is revolving all around different things. Yeah, of course, because it's different. But first, just to recap, why Beheeyem, why he is so good, because of the mysterious noise. Right, you play triple acceleration energy and you deal 90 damage. Shuffle back everything that he has attached to it, plus himself, and you actually lock your opponent from playing any item cards. But on top of that, I was like, you know what? How about we're gonna put a bit of spread over here? Because, you know, like, your boy likes a spread, and, you know, they still want to do a few spreads, you know, Emperor's V, that's coming out in Darkness Ablaze, can't wait for this one. But now I was like, you know what, how about putting a Roxy? And I knew there was one Limitless deck that used Roxy, but I was like, let's go and have some more fun with it. So that is the deck list right here. And of course, the Weezing that goes with Roxy, the Blow Away Bomb Weezing. But I was like, you know what, let's also have a Detention Gas one, and of course you can go with 2-2 line. I went with 1-3. I tested 2-2, but it just kind of worked better for 1-3 line over here. And Detention Gas, if your opponent has a basic Pokemon, so in between turns, right during the checkup, you actually deal 10 damage, which is kind of like Shrine of Punishment, but for every single basic that your opponent has. And that is a key idea, right? We use Roxy to put damage counters, we use Weezing to put damage counters, and we finish it off with Beheeyem. We got this finishing nice touch with the Beheeyem, and this is quite a unique take on the Beheeyem deck. It's not, you know, your regular Beheeyem as you saw previously. So let's move on. You know what we got inside. Of course, the deck list is going to be as usual on Discord. Link is down there below, and it's going to be probably later today, which is great. So let's move on to the whole thing. So we do start with 2 Jirachis and 1 Zacian. If you want, you can play 3 Jirachis or line of 2 Rachi Zacian, but you're not gonna go and play more Zacians on your board than 1, right? For the Interpret Sword. Of course, the same goes to Jirachis. You're never gonna play 2, more than 2, actually. That's why we went with 2-1. Then we got a line of 4-3 over here, and this is again kind of, you know, not to the reason that I don't have, because I do have enough copies, but because we do actually have Weezings, I figured, you know what, this is gonna be the good ratio of 4-3. You can go 3-3, it's fine. You can put Ditto here in this deck if you're feeling comfortable. You know, this is like one of the ideas here. Then we got a line of 4-1-3, and the 4, of course, this is the Blow Away Bomb that works with a Coughing, with a Roxy, sorry, Coughing that works with Roxy, and of course we got Weezing that works with Roxy as well, with Blow Away Bomb, the same ability, and only 1 with Detention Gas. If you count, you know, we're gonna discard every single turn, we got 3, 4, that's 7 damage counters that we can do. We can bring back, of course, with the Ordinary Rod, those fantastic Weezings, and inflict more damage. You know, of course, with the Weezing and the Detention Gas, we can deal even more, and then just finish it off nicely with Eldegoss. Especially, you know, a great matchup is Pikarom. Like, you will see that probably in a gameplay portion. It's a really fun matchup, and also it does work quite well because we do also use Shrine of Punishment. Then we got 1 more Shadow again to get rid of stadiums like Thunder Mountain, for example, or any other Prism stadiums. Then we got 1 Mew to protect our bench, and 1 Oricorio GX, because if something is getting knocked out on our side, we're using Oricorio GX ability to draw cards. Then moving on to the trainer cards, and they are quite wild, but that's what we want here. We want that wild deck, and we got 1 Evolution Incense with 4 Lily's Pokédoll, 3 Mysterious Treasures, but 2 Ordinary Rods with 2 Pole Pads. But then going to Pokegear, we're playing 4 Pokegears 3.0 and 4 Quick Balls. Again, you want to hit those supports, you want to hit those Zacians, Beheeyems, Elgem, sorry, early on as we go. Then we got 2 reset stamps. Again, if you want, you can play 1. You can, you know, actually cut it for 1 Ditto if you want to. It is an option, you know, if you want Marnie, if you want some Ammas, you can always, as I said, cut stamp, and you can cut 1 Elgem. We got 3 Shrines of Punishment. Again, if you feel like you want to put something else, you know, like Power Plant, you can, instead of 1 of Shrine of Punishment. Definitely works here. 3 copies of Cynthia that later on, you know, as the rotation goes, it will probably be changed to something else like Eric Hospitality. For playset of Roxy's, again, don't forget a Roxy is also an amazing drawing power. It can draw you 6 cards and you still inflict that damage on your opponent's side of the board, which is really good. We got 1 Titan Liza, 2 escape boards, and 4 triple acceleration energies. One card that you might also want to add instead of Elgin is Shadowbox and Mimikyu. If you want to, that works on GX that they don't have abilities. I didn't include it here because, well, the thing is that not a lot of decks are using GXs, but if you're worried, right, if you're local meta, or if you think that it will work better for you, there is a space in this deck for that. Instead of Elgin, you can add 1 more, and definitely there is a bench space for this card if you really need, and if you're really worried about those Mew3 matchups. So we actually have a fantastic deck, a really good Beheeyem deck, and now let's move on to the gameplay portion. Yeah, I mean, like, why not? Okay. And let's get ourselves Rachi. So I'm gonna retreat Beheeyem or Elgem, and start with Rachi. So I don't know what I'm facing, so I'm thinking of just having Shrine. No, I'm gonna grab Cynthia. I'm not even like meme decks, but let's be honest. At this point, okay, so for like, because we're getting closer and closer to the pre-release weeks, and one cool thing is that we're getting closer also to expanded week. Right, but in terms of like I can either be doing, because like from 27th to 31st, that's gonna be expanded week. Yeah, so we got like 3 more weeks, yeah, until the new set drops, which is great. That's quite interesting attachment. Alright, Incineroar. So like the Dark Box is slowly coming back. Maybe I should just go back to the Dark Box at this point and be like, you know what, let's see. But I also think, the Dark type is not going to be as significant with next set. I know it sounds kind of weird, right? Okay, Lady's Pokédoll. I'm leaving 1 space open. But with the certain items, again, like bringing back the energy from this card pile, those are the engines that many water type and fighting type decks needed, especially fighting type. So I think that is gonna be the key component, and in the meantime, Pokégear 3.0. So, well, Cynthia, yeah, Cynthia's fine. Okay, we got Roxy, Shrine. And Ricoria. Hey, Spider, I knew you'd come. How's it going, dude? Hello, good morning. I'm doing great. Right now playing some Beheeyem Roxy deck for fun. Testing that one out, and once you have time, we should really think about next meta decks. I can tell you right now, God of War is gonna be definitely the meta deck. I still think Dragapult is gonna be the deck. Pikarom will stay. In a different form, I think it might get closer to greens, but it will stay. Welder Box. And definitely some fighting type. I can see fighting type, you know. Yep, let's go. So I'm doing great, thanks so much for asking, you know, mate. I'm doing great. But like in terms of, you know, the meta during expanded week, like we're gonna, you know, expand on that idea once we have like the whole, you know, whole list of the upcoming cards, you know, then I think it's gonna be the good moment to like sit down and be like, all right, so what, you know, what's gonna be played, like what are we gonna do? No, no. I honestly, not right now. That's my option. Like, for future, if you want to play Psychic type, I think it's not a bad idea. But like, purchasing them right now, just wait. I mean, like, wait until everyone is gonna jump on Eternatus, right? And this will kind of make, you know, because again, there's no play Pokemon IRL events, which will make, you know, so the price will drop on Dragapult VMAX because of Eternatus, and then people will realize, okay, yeah, but there's like really cool items that'll go with Psychic type, and well, that Dark type, you know, is not as great as it was, so, or as we thought it is, so yeah. I think just wait. Like, if you want Dragapult VMAX, September is going to be a really good time to purchase them. And you know, I was right about a few things already, so just, you know, just waiting. Okay, pull pad. So I was on your channel yesterday. No, Spider, honestly no. And there are like a few reasons to it. Like, one of the reasons is, like, I have no idea like about any of my views. And there's like this one reason to it. It's kind of like I don't look at the numbers on Twitch. It's just like I love doing it so much that I know that by looking at the numbers, it would get here, and then I would be the person that, you know, then I would be in this limbo of, let me see what I have left. I would be in this, there's still one more shrine, great. I would be in this limbo of like only thinking about the number. Yeah, like I that's good, because there's today another VGC fantastic video coming. But yeah, like this is one of those things, right? Like I don't look at any numbers, and first it helps here a lot, which I highly recommend if anyone wants to start streaming. Just don't do that. Don't look at numbers or on YouTube. Just do what you love, and then I can like really, you know, just not even like show, but like the love and the passion for the game just, you know, comes out, I think, at least I hope so. I know Tom would say like, you know, it's not really because you're playing those weird decks, but hey, look at that. Nice, so that's a good number. Nice. But you should say spoiler alert. I like that. Yeah, I need to buy some Rebel Clash cards plus Dab cards. I would say this, Darkness Ablaze, wait for September. I know. Tom, that was a joke. I was sarcasm. I was joking. And Rem, if when you're ready, I'm always ready. You see? Gotcha. With my own sarcasm. No, but yeah, so that's the thing. That's one thing. The second one, what I want to say. Any news that you've missed? Yeah, we're playing Players Cup this Saturday. Like, I'm honestly in it. Should I go first? Yes. I know. Like, no, it's not even in a week. It's this Saturday. But like the thing is, I know those matchups. And like I'm grinding them at night sometimes, you know, like I am grinding them, even though it doesn't look like it. Still, I wish. Let's take a look. So I got a Cynthia, but also got a Pokegear. So I'm gonna just grab a Pokegear, I believe, judging by my hand. Yeah, like I already know my deck. I've sent the deck list to Tom. I tested it against Rem. Like I know exactly what I'm gonna play. Which is Pikarom. I mean, come on. There are two reasons behind the Pikarom. One is I wanted to take it to internationals, but internationals are not happening. That's the first reason. Second reason is this is a deck I know from the back of my head. I can tell you exactly the deck list. I can tell you literally every single card and the amount that is there. And I can play this deck with closed eyes. The only addition that I've put in this deck are different stadiums, so I do play actually Skyplars. Yes, that is correct. You can actually go and see your opponent's deck list before, but at this point it doesn't matter that much, because you kind of know what to expect. But when you play only two stadiums, or when you play only a certain amount of things, hey, thank you so much, Diamond, for the follow. I appreciate that, you know, then it doesn't matter that much. What I think was interesting decision by them is the fact that you can, if you qualified for Players Cup in VGC and in TCG or in Pokken, you can only play in one, so you have to choose which one you really want to play. So that is kind of like, you know, interesting choice that I went with, and I think that this is so there are no the same names during those events. Great, so we got a Mew, perfect. Okay. Stamp. Like, I know how Stamp can hurt Pikarom. Guess what Zibzilla is doing at the moment? Sleeping. She's probably sleeping. Like, if not, I'm gonna be super surprised. You know what I want to do? I'm gonna go for Weezing. Aww. Drawing and doing commissions? Right, so Zacian, and what I want to do is just have this additional draw. I know he might actually knock out Elgin, but at the same time I know that I'm going to play Coughing, get it into Weezing. Oh, so I think, okay, so I think I know, okay. Yeah. So that was kind of a bummer, you know, on that part, that, you know, you can only play in one. So you from Team Raven, we've got myself, qualified, and Rem. And right now, like, this is also quite interesting because until Friday you can submit a deck list, and if you go to like Players Cup, Discord, right? I think I can say that, yeah. Every player has to, like, you know, get there, and VG Europe has right now the most player already signed up, 201. TCG Europe only 74 players. Oceania only 41. So I kind of hope that, you know, there's not going to be a lot of players just, you know, playing in general. And they're going to, you know, be like, oh, you know, why should we? Yeah, which would work. Okay, so let's grab myself a Weezing, Coughing, and I'm gonna play Roxy. I mean, like, okay, so total of qualified players is 256, I believe. That's the total number of qualified players. So, okay, so I want to go with Roxy. There's Weezing still gonna, you know, do some nice spread damage, and Roxy's gonna give me the draw that I need. So that's, again, double damage. Shrine of Punishment, well, I can go right now for... Okay, so right now my idea is to go for Marshadow, get rid of Chaotic Swell and play Shrine of Punishment, so I'm inflicting additional damage on those mons. I can go for Splattering Sludge, but I don't think I want to, so Marshadow... I mean, they all have time, you know, until Friday, right? Like, I'm submitting my deck list probably tomorrow. Okay, Intrepid Sword. And, you know, Weezing now is gonna work. Of course, Shrine of Punishment is gonna work. You know, we've got a Mew, so I'm, like, kind of protected here. I mean, I've seen the VGC tournament, the Invitational. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of, you know, I was cheering for all the players. Was surprised by Urshifu, you know, a lot of Urshifus in that tournament. Not enough Alakazam. That's, you know, that's a sad thing. I thought it was gonna be a lot, but, you know, not enough. Yeah, like, the thing is, I'm not like the big fan of Urshifu, so that was really surprising to me that so many players chose to go with it. Okay, shuffle. I was sad, Alexander, that they didn't see much. Yeah, like it's the same with me. Like I was sad, you know, there was not enough representation of that. But I think, cheers, Tom. Cheers. But I think it's more due to the fact that the meta is fresh. Like it's early on, and people are going for the staples that, you know, they thought they're gonna work. They tested it out, and, you know, really, it was like 6 day. Less than 2 weeks of the new meta for the VGC, so that was quite interesting to see that people going for something they know instead of risking it. And this is kind of the same as I'm doing in Players Cup. I don't want to go for something new and risk it. I'm going for something that I understand a lot more. And right now we're just literally beating the Pikarom. So I hope one wing that you're watching at what is happening right now, because I think this is the best spread that we can have right now, just slowly punishing Pikarom as we move on, as we go. What I would bring the team of Indeedee, Alakazam, Torkoal, Venusaur, Weezing, Draga. That would be the team. Not even like hesitating on that. Yeah, I mean, just because that might be a loss. I mean, we're really close here. But like the reason why I would pick that team for the VGC is because you have 3 different leads that would work depending on your opponent's team. So I think that would be really playing it safe. Because if you have someone that, you know, goes more for, let's say, Urshifu and stuff, you know, you can kind of counter that. Where there's someone that goes for a different thing, you kind of have all 3 different counters. So I like it a bit more. You see? I mean, I got knowledgeable about that stuff. Yeah, he's gotta bust all this. Oh well. Yeah, I know you dropped the idea. So the one you uploaded recently, yeah. Okay, Rem, Baby Blaze or... Okay, so I'm assuming Rem is still recovering, it's all good. Rem, whenever you're ready, let me know. More than happy to. Oh, okay, cancel. There we go. Ready for Baby Blaze. I I think it's here. Is it? Yep. Well, and there you have it, right? Another Beheeyem deck, and this is gonna be the last Beheeyem deck, probably before rotation or before the Darkness Ablaze comes out. So we're slowly saying goodbye to Beheeyem as it is right now, and we're gonna move on to different decks. So if you're enjoying what I'm doing over here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like that. And of course, at next month, which is 1,500 subscribers, we're gonna have fantastic 20 code giveaway, or even more, which is again quite insane. And we also have monthly giveaways on Twitch, twitch.tv/EvanColdSnatchCool, and we're doing those decks live there, testing them there live. I know, like right now I'm testing a lot more towards Players Cup, but you know, we're still doing those decks, we're still making those decks, even though we are testing for Players Cup. So thank you guys so much for watching. Down there below, 5% discount, any code will be purchased on Professor Oak as usual. Goodbye, good night, take care, Raven loves you.